After landing in Da Nang, I took a pre-booked taxi to my accommodation and I went straight to dinner because at this point I was so hungry. I ordered ban xeo. I think that's pronounced correctly. Please forgive me if it's not. But anyways, this is another very popular Vietnamese dish that is basically like this crispy pancake made from a thin layer of rice batter, which typically has prawn and other meats inside. And as with most Vietnamese food, you can customize it with leafy greens and herbs. And this was so delicious. I was super duper satisfied. Okay, I have finally bought Che. It's a Vietnamese like sweet sort of mixture. Now this place that I found, I don't know, I was just walking the street and I found it, but the English version says gruel, and I'm like, that is not quite the right word to describe this. Neither is it the most pleasant, but it's not gruel, it's like a sweet mix. So I got the sweet gruel mix. There are tons of different flavors, but anyways. Cheers. That's the most interesting thing I've ever tasted. There's beans in there, along with some other stuff. I do not know what, but this is not what I expected. I tried to bite a peanut, that was good. If you like red bean, you would like this. Interesting. My first impression of Hoi An was that it is absolutely beautiful in the nighttime and that there are also a lot of pubs and bars, so the nightlife is very much a thing here. The musical acts are insanely good, some of the best that I've ever heard. Also, that Mr. Bean pub made me smile.
Week like this is too much for right.
I really want people to understand just how large this amusement park is, because I wish someone had told me before I went. So here is me telling you, please look at a map and plan your day if you can. There are entertainers and tons of rides and even a train to the lunar castle, which I didn't even get to go on. And for the Alpine coaster, I would say book your ticket in advance, or at least start queuing early, because it gets pretty chaotic and long.
My god, you said no phone, but respectfully, how can I not film this? Oh my god!
This was my first time exploring the town in broad daylight, and in fact it was my last full day, which is kind of crazy. I had a limited amount of time, but I really tried to do the most I could. From the minute you enter the town, you immediately feel its historic charm. Yes, there are many shops around and it can feel touristy at times, but this was not really an issue with me. Every corner you turn, you can see and feel, like I said, the history. I loved the colors and the style and design of Hoi An so much. It wasn't hard to find something to look and ponder at when exploring the town. There were just so many beautiful sights, and I am very aware that getting tailor-made outfits is very much a thing to do here, but it was just not something that I was personally interested in this time round. So I deliberately went out of the way to go to this cafe, and I'm so happy I did. The owner was so lovely and her mother was also there. They gave me free sweets with my coffee and they just made me feel super welcome. And then straight after my coffee, I had to eat, of course. There is a very famous banh mi place in Hoi An, but I actually found this place on Google Maps. Guys, I am begging you to go here. First, I genuinely enjoyed my banh mi so much. It was so different to the one I had in Hanoi. The egg floss really made this extra delicious. And second, this is another family-owned eatery. The guy who took my order and served me was so sweet, I could genuinely cry. He explained that at the back it was his, I believe, mother making the banh mi. Please do me a favor and go to the cafe from earlier and this banh mi place. They are both so close together and the people were some of the sweetest I met on my entire trip. So much so I will always remember them. I couldn't leave Hoi An without doing the famous coconut boat experience. I found this place online and booked my time slot, and it was really that easy. Do bear in mind that there are lots of tourist groups around, and if you're traveling solo like me, it's slightly more expensive. I personally did not mind both. My rower was incredible. He was so sweet. He was trying to make conversation with me despite the language barrier, and I just really appreciated that. Another thing that I really loved was that he didn't push me to do anything touristy. It was just such a calm and peaceful journey where I was just allowed to enjoy what was in front of me. When you get to the end, there will be people approaching and asking if you want to be spun around in a boat or if you'd like to take part in the karaoke. So in that way, I can see why people find this touristy. But to be honest, if it helps the local people, then I say go for it, even though it wasn't really my cup of tea.
Guys, I am inside this massive like food hall type of thing, but I am finally gonna try khao lao, which is again a speciality for this region. So I'm at this place and I literally just googled khao lao, just went to a really well rated one, and I'm here. So I got the meat khao lao, whatever the hell that means. Well, it means that there's meat in it, but I'm gonna show you what's in front of me.
Mình uống tay gơ được không? Có tay gơ, có tay gồ.
Okay, that's really good. The almond filling, I can already taste it. And I'm right, obviously, at the start of the croissant or the end, which has never happened to me in an almond croissant. It's always stuck in the middle. And second of all, the pastry is really good. It's kind of like crispy at the bottom. Now, I don't know if that's because it's fresh. It probably is, but it's really good. It kind of reminds me of the one in I had in Copenhagen, like the pastry quality. That's really good.